the drill. If Lisa Eldridge releases a new product, you know I'm gonna make a new video on it. Well, I try anyway. So we're talking about the 3 new shades of the Seamless Glide eye pencils. We're gonna talk about everything about the product, comparisons with her existing colors, how the color complements with other products in her line, how it compares with other eyeliners that I have. So just keep on watching to find out if this release is worth the money. And if you want to see how I got this look, carry on watching. And I also created 2 other looks with the 2 eyeliners. So we have 3 new shades here called Lilac Time, Betina and Enigmatic Olive. They retail for £25 each and they are made in Germany. There is 1.2 grams in each pencil, which is pretty standard for an eye pencil, and there's 24-month shelf life. All of Lisa Eldridge's liners, you do have to sharpen with a pencil sharpener. It's not one of those twist up gel pencils, but the good thing is you can get a free sharpener if you add a sharpener to your bag with your eyeliner purchase. It doesn't come in automatically, you do have to physically add it yourself, which I didn't realize when I bought the eyeliners. And in terms of what Lisa claims, it is a seamless pencil that has almost a liquid feeling, allowing for playtime before setting down to a fade resistant finish that will last all day with 16-hour proven wear. The key ingredient here in this eyeliner that makes it suitable for sensitive eyes is that it has soothing chamomile flower extract. My eyes are not that sensitive. I've not had any problems with these eyeliners. If you do have sensitive eyes, does this eyeliner bother you? Let us know in the comments down below. So the shade Enigmatic Olive is described as a deep burnish olive with golden pearls. I think some of you have said to me on Instagram that you feel like this is not quite olive enough. I mean, compared to her other shades, I feel like this is okay. And then we have the shade Lilac Time, which is described as a bright, fresh, matte lilac. This is definitely a very, very bright lilac shade. Certainly a standout from her current liner selection. Then we have the shade Betina, which I think is probably the most unique shade out of just any eyeliners I have seen online. It's described as a cool grey lavender with silver pearls, and I really do feel like on camera you almost can look taupey just because of that cool toneness to it. The grey and the lavender mixed together and the shine, just in some angles it looks taupey on camera. It's not a taupe color at all, but it's super unique. Really like this shade. With the shade Betina, you can see in my demo that I did just apply it like a straight wing liner. It's actually quite subtle. You can almost get away with everyday wear if you just do a little line and put mascara over it, and I think it just adds a little something to your everyday look without it being too overpowering. And then I used it as an eyeshadow pencil, essentially used it as a base color all over my eyelid. And I used the shade Lavender Queen from the Betty palette just over the center to make it look more purple. Lavender Queen is my favorite shade from the Betty palette. And then I used the shade Starlet in my inner corners. I did also put Betina on my lower lash line as well, and then I went in with Burnt Umber mascara to finish off the look. And I with Lilac Time again started off with just doing an eyeliner, but this time I made it quite bold, a bigger wing. And I think this shade, it works just super great as a bold eyeliner. You don't really need anything else, but of course I did jazz it up a little bit, added some shadows from the Betty palette again. I actually added the gold shade called High Maintenance in my inner corners, and then I used the purple shade called Prima Donna in the lower lash line. And yeah, I really like the look, but honestly I feel like I would just wear this color by itself as eyeliner, and it works really well. Like the color doesn't go on patchy at all, and I found that this shade was the most smudge proof out of all of the shades in her existing line when I built it up as an eyeliner, and I did go in with my finger to try and smudge it, and this was definitely more smudge proof than her other pencils. And even the test on the back of my hand as well, when I go over with my finger, not much color comes off, and this color almost feels like there's a film over it that makes it more smudge proof. I did ask Lisa Eldridge's team if there's been a formula change and they said no, but for whatever reason, Lilac Time definitely more smudge proof than the other shades, so Lilac Time is definitely worth buying in my opinion. Then finally we have the shade Enigmatic Olive, which is the look that I am wearing now. And for this look I used Sahara from Desert Gleam as a base, and then I went in with Enigmatic Olive all over my lash line, lower and upper, then blended that out and added a shade Madrigal over it to basically use the Enigmatic Olive as a kind of an eyeshadow base, and then use Madrigal all over the eyelids. Then I felt like we lost a little bit of Enigmatic Olive and went back in over top, and then I used the shade Firefly, which is a beautiful gold metallic shade from Desert Gleam, in my inner corner and middle of my eyelid, then finished off with the Kitten Lash mascara in black. I think this is probably my favorite look just because olive colors suit my skin really well. But I have to say, out of the three liners, I was most impressed with Lilac Time in terms of the formula. So how does these three shades fit into her existing collection? So you can see some swatches that I have done of Betina and Lilac Time next to the Betty palette, because I think the Betty palette was definitely really successful, so successful that she made it permanent. And I feel like these two purpley lilac colors was complementing the Betty eyeshadow palette. And I thought, you know, something like Betina was already an existing color from the Betty eyeshadow palette, but actually it's not. To put it simply, there isn't a tone quite like Betina in this eyeshadow palette, which is weird because if you look at the colors in the pan you think they are really similar, there is something there, but actually when you swatch the colors it's something completely different. So I would say, but if you're really into Betina, if you're really into the tones of Betty, you know, definitely worth getting Betina for the color. And then in terms of the olive shade, is actually very different to Renaissance Gold because Renaissance Gold has a brown base rather than the olive base. Both of them have gold sparkles, obviously. And in terms of how olive it is, I think it's just personal preference whether you like this green or not. You can see how the tones of this eye pencil compares to the shade Mimi in the liquid silk eyeshadow, how it compares to some of the shades in Desert Gleam and Madrigal from Sorcery, and you can see how Night Forest, a green eye pencil, compares on the back of my hand in the swatches. Again, this color I think fits into her current collection very well, and I think these three colors are definitely going to be popular. And overall I am quite pleased with these three, and to be honest with you, I think all three of them are more smudge proof than her existing colors. You can see in my video that I swatched every single eyeliner that I own from her collection, and I think the only color I don't have is the black, just because I have so many black eyeliners. I don't need another black eyeliner that isn't smudge proof, you know. After I swatched all of these eyeliners, I left them on the back of my hand untouched for a really long time, then went in with my finger to see how much pigment would transfer, and definitely with the new three shades there was less, and Lilac Time had the least amount of smudging transfer. Betina did pretty well as well, and with the olive shade it's just the gold glitter particles that transferred, but with the older shades you can see that how kind of smudged and blurry they are. Don't know why. You can see in my original video that I really wasn't happy with how smudge proof they were, but I've grown to like them as an eyeshadow pencil, as like a base for eyeshadow. And I do think with these eyeliners, when you do set them with eyeshadow, they actually don't smudge and do pretty well. Now, comparing this formula to others on the market, all of these colors here, they are all of Lisa Eldridge eyeliners. First one I want to mention as an honorary shout out is the Marc Jacobs eyeliner, and it's interesting comparing it to Lisa's Lilac because This Marc Jacobs Lilac is much more purple, and the Lisa's lilac almost comes off as more periwinkle, which is very interesting. Unfortunately, my Marc Jacobs liner is very old, obviously, because Marc Jacobs Beauty has been discontinued for a very long time and it doesn't perform the way it used to. It drags a lot more, as you can see in the video, but it is definitely smudge proof for sure. And the second one I want to shout out is the Victoria Beckham eyeliner. And to be honest with you, this is the first Victoria Beckham product I bought. And I only bought it to compare to the Lisa Eldridge pencils because so many of you mentioned how these two feel very similar when I did my last eyeliner video. And I can see why, because when I looked at the ingredients, they are like 99% identical, even in order of appearance, and they're both made in Germany. I would say that the packaging of the Victoria Beckham pencils feels a bit more luxe, like the cardboard here honestly feels thicker, heavier than the Lisa Eldridge cardboard. And then the pencils themselves, the Victoria Beckham one has a smudger at the end, whereas Lisa's is just, you know, a pencil. Both of them is 1.2 grams. However, the Victoria Beckham sells for £33, whereas the Lisa Eldridge sells for 25. And I do feel like kind of the eyeliner itself as well, the Victoria Beckham one feels a little bit more luxe, I'm not gonna lie, but they're quite similar, aren't they? Both black with gold lettering and the shade kind of as a strip here, as a stripe on the pencil itself. So part of me would not be surprised if they were actually made from the same lab. No idea, just theorizing. But anyway, I bought the shade Fig, and you can see here it is a very warm, deep purple. And I have to say, I was not overly impressed. This has set down more than the older Lisa Eldridge shades, and I would say it's about the same kind of smudge proofness as Lilac Time, but the shade is kind of patchy. I mean, you can see that is not, you know, a full pigment, and I'm not like trying to do it dirty by swatching it badly. I swatched it with the same fours as all of the other eyeliners, and I have used this on my eyes just as one wing eyeliner type of look, and I really didn't like it because again it went on patchy. Like I couldn't get a full-on pigment here in the outer wing bit, and it required a lot of building, and even when I was trying to build it, I don't know, I feel like it didn't really stick properly. And because the eyeliner is so soft, it goes blunt pretty quickly. You had to really sharpen it again and again to get the precision of a winged liner. So from my first experience with the Victoria Beckham liner, I have to say I wasn't overly impressed. I don't know if I just got a bad shade. I guess I did get a purple, which is a difficult color. I do have to give it more of a go. Just based off that experience with the VB liner, I would say the Lisa Eldridge is better overall in performance, and it's cheaper as well. And then we have this shade here, you know, which next to Fig you can see much more pigmented. That's the Il Makiage liner. I have mentioned this on my channel before. Really great long wear eyeliner. It also retails for £22. Really like the formula of the Il Makiage. Creamy, just goes on so smoothly, but definitely does not budge. I also swatched the LH Cosmetics pencil, and this is the shade Vega Flash. I don't know if you can still get this. It is also made in Germany, so all good eyeliners are made in Germany. And the LH Cosmetics sells for £18, so it's the most affordable, and I think it is the best performing. The only thing is quite a lot of the LH Cosmetics colors I think are not great for sensitive eyes. If you look at the website, some of the shades do say don't use it on your waterline if you have sensitive eyes. But anyway, this is a shade Vega Flash, and it's a green with a little bit of a golden sparkle, but not as much golden sparkle as Enigmatic Olive, and it just doesn't move. It doesn't smudge at all. And then finally, this kind of antique gold shade here is actually from Colourpop. Again, I don't know if you can get this anymore. But the ColourPop liners are actually really, really good. They are a twist up gel pencil, and they also go on very smoothly, glide beautifully, and again just doesn't smudge. And this has been on the back of my hand for, I would say, 45 minutes now. And if we go like this, you can see which one smudges and which one doesn't. So you can see Marc Jacobs, no smudging. A little bit of smudging on the Lilac Time, but I feel like that's from the shade Betina and the olive shade. This is Renaissance Gold, just gone almost completely. Burnt Umber, yeah, it's not really there anymore. Il Maquillage is standing strong. The Victoria Beckham, it's definitely lost a little bit of pigment, but okay, sort of holding itself. And then the LH Cosmetics and ColourPop has not budged at all. A great tell of a really budge-proof eyeliner is that they settle down and they almost form like this film, like there is something over the pigment that is just like there is like a layer of something, and that's how they don't budge. Whereas I've never felt that layer of like pigment with the Lisa Eldridge liners, and this is why they're not smudge proof. I think they can wear for a good amount of time, but they're not smudge proof. I don't understand how people find them smudge proof, I gotta be honest with you. So that's my biggest gripe with the Lisa Eldridge liners. I don't mind that they're not smudge proof, but you know, just don't say they are. But I do have to say, Lilac Time definitely more smudge proof than the other shades. In terms of pigment level and the creaminess, the smoothness, the glide, can't argue with that at all. Definitely top quality, but they are not 100% smudge proof. So just know that when you go in and buy these eyeliners, as long as you have this knowledge and you don't have the false expectation that they're 100% budge proof, I think you'll be really happy with these liners, because the creaminess, the pigment really is top-notch quality. And I do have to say, you know, no one really goes in right like this on their eyelids. So you know, what I did find though is that if I wore the older shades, you know, the browns and the greens in my waterline or just as an eyeliner by themselves, I did get a bit of panda eyes at the end of the day. So don't love that. I mean, this is just a really quick little video because it's just a one product, 3 shades. I will see you in the next one. Bye.